Final
I,
boss
I,
talking to Ethan.
I thought of. Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Shit. Well, I
He's
can't
the.
open it because when I'm running the streaming software, it kills my Netflix. But
They're just chatting. Eva's in the background. Live for one
Eva's
viewer.
in
Hey,
the
there we go.
background. Eva's in the background.
Look at her. Perfect.
Good shit. Good shit.
All right, we're live.
We
Look
are.
at that.
Look at that.
Looks like it. Beautiful.
Pilot episode 1.
Episode 1. Fingerpod of Doom. Yeah. And so basically,
Average stream
but anyways,
bitrate too high.
Ooh, is that what it's telling you?
Yeah. I don't know what that means, but I guess we'll figure that out.
What was that on?
It tells me on the Twitch dashboard.
Interesting. It is a bit slow, but that's
Is it?
probably normal. Yeah.
Oh,
No idea how the audio is.
There is a natural delay. So
okay, good. As for
don't have the volume on the iPad. Yeah.
Never. But as for YouTube, I don't know what's up there.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. It doesn't
we can load there.
Yeah.
So
it shows like it's on here on the dashboard side of it, so hang and bang. As Jim Ross says.
What the hell is going on?
What the heck is going on? Raw on Netflix. We'll talk about that. That'll probably be the main topic that we talk about today. It was pretty big of a deal. For a premiere, it did pretty good. I think a lot of people expected it to be more wrestling, when
Huge
in reality
deal.
it was, yeah. To me, it was just to introduce and reintroduce WWE to everybody out there. That's all it was.
It's like if you were walking down the street and somebody handed you a pamphlet that said, "This is, hi, would you like to learn about WWE and what we do for you?"
Yeah.
That's what it was about. I didn't have an issue with it.
No. Some people did. As as you can read out there.
Yeah.
But was it that big of a deal to throw some legends on TV? Old fans will see that, maybe be like, oh, if I come back and watch, maybe I can see some of my old favorites.
It was that big of a deal for a lot of people involving Hulk Hogan. That's for sure.
Poor Hulk Hogan.
His
Yeah,
real
I don't
American
know how that...
piss spear, yeah.
Yeah, that won't go over well. And whether it was just because they were in California or not, wrestling fans are pretty smart. So I think that'll follow him regardless.
I don't know if they'll keep his promotion on the mat after that reception. Maybe they keep it for another couple of weeks.
I think it was on the bonfire today. They actually mentioned how, because they were watching a replay of it on Netflix and they didn't see the advertisement for it. So whether or not that was cut because of a certain reason, I have no idea. But I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, maybe. He was rattled. He couldn't get his promo through. He was jittering and jiving and juttering.
Barely able to hold it together. Poor Jimmy.
Couldn't
just
walk.
Smiled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Waved the flag.
They should have just rolled him out there like they did at WrestleMania 3 or whatever that was with the rings, or WrestleMania 6, where they wheeled everybody out in tiny wrestling rings. Yeah.
Yeah, put them on display for everyone to see. But even Pat McAfee made fun of him. on his show, I guess, today. So that's okay. It's his old sneakers. It just didn't work for me or you.
No, I can do without ever seeing him on my TV again. That's for sure.
So the opening package with all the art on the canvas. People were mad about Triple H using the terms face heel, shoot work. Doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
That's what I thought.
I don't think it matters at all. This is the
No.
world we live in now.
It's terminology everyone knows at this point.
Wrestling fans know what it means. If you're not a wrestling fan and you were tuning in for the first episode on Netflix, he explained it. If you wanted to know more, you would have Googled it. If you didn't, that was it. You didn't need to look it up. You were watching the show as a new viewer to begin with, for the most part, if you didn't know what those terms meant. So
yeah, and I mean, shoot work, whatever. Okay, a good guy, there's a bad guy, we get it. Sometimes it's real, sometimes it's not, which obviously the wrestling part isn't real, but you have most
it's real
of
to me, damn it.
It's real to you. And in most cases, there is some animosity between these people, like CM Punk and Seth Rollins. We'll talk about that. Because that was, they put on a great match. Little rushed.
Everything was rushed, yeah, but no, it was. I thought it was a great TV main event.
It was, and they deserved it. I'm glad that happened. Not the tribal.
Yeah. Well, the internet was chewing. They would have chewed old Dwayne up for that, for taking their main event again, a la Bad Blood. Taking Punk's main event, that is.
Taking Punk's, yeah. But what was up with just all of a sudden Rock isn't part of storylines? He's just coming out to put Ulafala on Roman?
Well, it was very like... It was just very awkward.
Yeah.
Like, so he basically snubbed out any storylines that he was in.
Yeah. Now him and Cody
he killed everything, buddies. Right? Like,
yeah.
You know, whether he has decided that he's not wrestling or he doesn't know his schedule.
That could be.
Ibu at WrestlePurist had said that there is some sort of Moana reshoots scheduled for right around Mania. I don't know. I'm assuming he's pretty in the know. I'm assuming that's half true at least. So
yeah.
And if that's the case, Disney won't let him go.
No, that's his bread and butter.
Yeah.
He makes good money. He doesn't want to ruin that relationship. I wouldn't blame him. Plus, he knows he doesn't need to be around.
No. As a wrestling fan, growing up, watching his career throughout the 90s and the early 2000s, would it be nice to see him at Mania? Sure it would. But would he be taking away from the show in the long run? Probably. I would think.
They always do throw them in. A legend in here and there. I don't mind.
Yeah.
He wants to pop in, say hello.
Although, when he was putting that Ulafala on, I fully expected him to reach in for a rock bottom.
Yes. I honestly thought there was going to be a swerve the way Heyman was looking over. It didn't make sense. That's why I was a little like, this is it.
I was thinking about this at work today. I love work, so I was thinking about work and wrestling. And they didn't want to blow all their surprises though. So, and especially for who they assumed was watching Netflix today. Like I would wager to say that there was probably more non-wrestling fans than wrestling fans. I don't know how Netflix does the metrics for this. But what would be the point of blowing off all these like angles and maybe introducing new angles for the casual fan that really doesn't know what the hell's going on? If that's the case, right?
True, and there would be no point.
No. But still, like you said, for him to just come in the ring, do nothing. Yeah, he came to the ring after for that little bit of that suspense, but like, where does the bloodline go from here?
Even for social media, like, what do you use? You know, you could have had something really good out of that. Even putting the Rock, you know, the Rock bottom on Roman afterwards, it would have been great. For social, anyways, but
at least get people talking some more after. Maybe, you know, the what ifs of the whole thing, but
get them to tune in.
Yeah.
After the fact. But I mean, I just thought there would have been a swerve for sure. That's what I have thought since the beginning, especially from SmackDown going into this. The way Paul was doing his promos, everything. I was so expecting a swerve, but that's okay. At least Rock got a good pop.
He did, yeah. I thought Cena was going to open, but I'm guessing they changed that.
Yeah,
maybe on the fly or maybe right before, yeah.
Especially the shout out to Mama Rhodes. Tell Mama Rhodes I said hi. That was pretty.
Yeah.
So, which really goes to show, like, I guess there isn't beef, and then show video of them backstage having a drink together. Like,
drinking Cody's vodka as Dwayne then gets in his vehicle and speeds away. Yeah.
Yeah. No cops.
Yeah, don't drink. I'm Dwayne Johnson, damn it.
Yeah, I'll sign your kid stuff.
Yeah.
I don't give a Brahma bull's ass what The Rock has to say.
That's right. Now, Solo, I thought he did pretty good for a big match, being thrown in a big match.
Solo has had a string of really solid matches lately. And against big, like, top guys. Big matches against top guys. And he's getting better on the mic. Do they need, does Heyman, if that is a swerve, does Heyman even need to be his mouthpiece anymore? I don't know. I wouldn't say so, like,
unnecessary.
Unless they're going to try to build that side of the bloodline more if the story moves on. I don't know.
I especially like Jacob in the background, like all the time with the I love you Solo, all that stuff. That really...
Well, he's so over with literally screaming, I love you Solo. He's over.
Yeah. So up and comer of the year.
Yeah.
What award did he get? That was great. And he deserved it. Some people were mad about it that he got that little award given out by whatever magazine, whatever website, but still, all he had to do was say that and have a few matches, attack a few people. He did good.
He'll be a multi-time world champion.
Which I hope he stays.
There would be no reason not to. Yeah.
Yeah. But lots of shenanigans. I mean, Tamatonga, Sammy, Kevin.
The run-ins were great. Yeah. I don't know why it took so long for the faces to pop out. to be honest.
Yeah. Owens was a good addition. Just
Yeah,
as that bounty hunter as well. Kind of like
that was
Drake.
fine. That's right. Yeah, and it introduced, it added like a little bit of an element to him and Cody's feud as well, their program.
Yeah. It helped.
Now, yeah, because they when are they at? Yeah, they're going at Rumble in the ladder match, right?
Yeah. I do believe.
You'd almost expect some interference there now.
And does Owens win, or do they keep it on Cody? I'm up in the air with now that The Rock is just kind of out of the picture. It seems. What happens?
I guess it depends on when they want. If they're gonna let Cena break the record, who Cena beats to break the record, and then if when Cena loses this belt, if he gives Cody the win as a passing of the torch,
Yes.
so to speak, that you are the new face of this company for the next 6-7 years or whatever, until he wants to wrestle till he's 45 or something, I think he said.
Yeah. So with you saying that, all I can think of now is so Kevin Owens wins the title at Royal Rumble. Cena wins the Rumble. Cena Owens
I
again?
wouldn't. Yeah. What? Yeah, but then, like, do they want to do Kevin as a transition for a month and a half? I guess it's fine if you think about it.
It's not bad for a heel. Gives him a little bit of a push up again, just because he has gone on that hunt for so long. Give it to him for a bit. But I mean, how cool would that be? Because you had Kevin coming in from NXT and just destroying Cena for his debut, main roster debut.
That's true. Yeah.
I like the throwback.
Kind of goes full circle. And I guess I'm just overthinking this. We're probably just too used to long title reigns because of Roman had it for 6.5 years.
Yes.
Gunther held his IC for 666 days or whatever it was. Even, well, Roxanne, she just lost tonight. That was 2 years or something. Braun had his NXT title for quite a while. Maybe they're going to go back and have more transitions and, TV title changes.
Which I'm okay with, but keep those storylines important. Like, I guess use the title to build the storyline as well. Don't just throw it around, because that reminds me of like Vince. He'd always just be, this guy's not working after a month or whatever.
That's right. Yeah.
At least, so if Kevin loses it in a month and a half at Mania, well, make it make sense. It's possible to do that, where Vince would just be like, this guy's not working, get rid of him.
Right. Yeah.
Annoying. That would drive me insane.
All in all, I thought the match was fine.
Yeah.
But now, where does Punk's favor come in?
That's what bugged me, because, yeah, go. That's crazy. Whole thing bugged me. Where does it?
Especially like if Solo and Roman, I'm guessing that's the end of that program. What's left
I forgot about that.
What's left for them to do, right?
Yeah, and I forgot about the favor because the ending was so whatever. During the match, all I could think of was, well, the favor, they could use it so many ways, but I forgot about it after you said until you said that.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, holy crap, they could have done so much. So someone said Brock Lesnar was added back to the roster page. Okay, is that part of it? I don't know.
Oh, was he?
So yeah, whether it's confirmed or not.
Oops.
Someone did say that.
I haven't looked.
But then what does that
I
actually
didn't see
have
it
to
on
do?
any news sites, but
Yeah, did I. But of course, what does that have to do with the favor? Really nothing.
nothing. Yeah.
So
And I don't know. Like Brock's pretty good at doing business and
yeah,
doing the favor for young guys. Like he wanted to work with Gunther, to my understanding. So if he were to come back, I don't know if he'd be interested in a favor in inserting himself into a Punk Roman storyline.
what
However,
would it do?
that's big dollars though, right? It's all money. It's money
Big
to him,
money.
right? So
It's all he sees, I guess. But yeah, the favor, they could have done that so many ways. So Heyman could have screwed over Roman because, well, now Roman's way too strong.
mm-hmm.
You know, his ceremony January 27th. Okay, so something has to happen on the 27th that's going to blow this up, or at least progress
It somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is right back on the roster.
Brock Lesnar is on the roster, yeah. Huh.
So there we go.
And Braun Strowman with hair, so that's photoshopped in pretty good.
It's that tight pony. You get that tight pony over top.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah. Braun Breaker. I hope he has something good. I definitely want to see that guy more.
Oh, we will.
Instead of a crowd shot.
Yeah, they'll push him in the storyline here next week.
Because even him, like him and Lesnar could be pretty interesting, pretty good to watch. Even just the they're both just ticking time bombs.
Well, wasn't that the case at last year's Rumble? When this whole scandal first came out, wasn't Braun supposed to come out and eliminate Brock from the Rumble, but Brock pulled out, got pulled right at the last second, and remember that awkward spot?
Yeah, I think you're right, because it was just like a weird moment. It was forget what happened. There was either like a bit of quietness or just a weird someone else came out too, or I don't even remember, but it was weird. We were looking like, okay. Geez, the well, and it goes to show you, like, even with John Cena coming out and taking up some time and being like, you know, I've been on a losing streak, blah blah blah. But these guys, they can come back and they don't need, as much as they don't need a title. It's great when they get thrown into that, because it's like, you know, they're gonna win eventually. And I think, you know, even Cena would win the title for the 17th time. I really hope it happens.
I think he will. Yep. And
It's,
he's a smart enough guy that he's got this planned out, right? He's intelligent enough to know that, you know, Kurt Angle helped give him the rub when he first started, and you know, everybody, you know, helped him out along the way. So he's, even if he does win this belt, which I think he will, this title, he's gonna give the rub to somebody.
So who would that be?
some young
Would it
up
be
and
Cody?
comer. Well, I don't know if he would do it. Well, I said it like
Yeah.
Cody's been acknowledged as the face of the company, as the quarterback of the company,
Yeah.
even from Daddy Dwayne yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the confirmation. Like this guy had the company
Yeah,
on his back.
yeah.
So, but would it benefit somebody else?
Uh, it
Like
would
Breaker.
100%. And does Cody need to beat Cena to know, like, to be known as the new, undeniable face of this promotion? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's the hard part because I do notice Cena likes to, when he does actually do the job, he likes to do it to someone who's established because I find he doesn't lose to too many guys who don't have a rocket on their back or who don't have that push behind them. He makes sure they're squeaky clean usually, especially in his later years here. So it's like,
That's true.
does he do
Yeah.
that? Yeah. So maybe doing it for Cody is a safe thing because he knows, yep, Cody likes kids. He's great with merch. He's not going to go out and do something stupid that'll make the company look bad. So would that be the better option? Or if that's just saying if Cena wins,
Right. I think it's inevitable he wins it, to be honest. That being said, um, does he need to? No, but I guess maybe it's up to him if he wants to take that record from Flair.
and at this point, I would just say do it.
Yeah.
As great as Flair was, some of those title reigns, whatever, some people just might not agree. I don't know if they're all legit. Flair's great, but at least Cena's we know happened. We've seen them happen. There's it would mean a lot more, especially for this generation. I think if Cena did that, and the history books can, I find they like to do that too, right? After a little while, they're like, okay, well, Roman, we got him up there with all those days as champ. Now let's put this guy. He deserves it.
Right.
This generation's dude.
Better
So,
update
but
that. There we go. Okay.
if Cena wins Rumble, what do we do with Punk? So let's say Cena goes, he'll take on whoever. Let's say
Oh, I'd barf if he
Cody.
wins the Rumble.
So Punk goes into Elimination Chamber and wins his shot that way, or how does Punk get into one of the main events?
Um, I guess I'm partial to either or. Give Punk the Rumble and let Cena win another Elimination Chamber.
Ooh, I like that.
Punk doesn't have the Rumble. Punk mentioned in the presser or in his promo after Raw went off the air that I watched, mentioned that he wanted the Rumble. Or give me all the gold, give me the Rumble, give me the Elimination Chamber, give me WrestleMania.
Yeah, he wants it all.
Punk is probably better suited for an Elimination Chamber match at this point. He's a little more ring calloused for a match of that caliber, I think, than throwing Cena into, what did he say he wants to do? 40 dates? 40
Yeah, which I
dates isn't
wonder.
40 matches, though. So,
No. And is that for sure? Like, could they weasel him into doing something else if it's worthwhile? Of course.
yeah.
But
Do we just get a WrestleMania of like 2010 level talent where Punk and Cena
yeah,
and Randy Orton and are all in main events?
I know there's so many big names, but so even if you look at it, because the whole "poor me, I never win" thing by Cena, he kind of was acting that way. I found when he came out and he's like, look at my
He
screen.
did. Yeah.
So say he loses Rumble to Punk, which would be kind of cool. Big
Yeah.
chance to turn Punk, maybe or maybe not turn Punk. But then the scene is like, well, now my only chance is Elimination Chamber. I better get in there.
I just don't
Punk
know if
gets his
they'll be
win.
able at this point to turn Cena to get any heat.
No, I say Cena would stay face, but Punk could easily.
Punk could easily just pivot and get heat.
Yeah.
He's so talented that way. Like all he would have to do is cut a couple of promos against Christ, whoever, Tiffany Stratton, and he'd have heat.
He would have heat.
Cut a promo against somebody that's super over right now.
What if your last guy's in, just as I like to do final four, but final two would be like, say, Punk, Cena, everybody's cheering for Cena, or at least the kids are half and half. How would Punk get heat by, how would Punk become that heel? Or does he even need to?
How would Punk become that heel? That's Paul Heyman's favor.
Okay.
Sends Roman in to eliminate Cena.
Ooh. Like
sends Roman in
Hogan
against
Flair.
Roman's will. Against Roman's best judgment. I'm sorry, my tribal chief. We agreed. I agreed on a favor.
Yeah. For me.
Yeah, for me, please. Spears Cena and Punk just picks him up with that shit-eating grin and throws him over the top.
Yeah, which the crowd would love. The older folks would love for sure.
Yeah, there's all the heat. There's all your heat, Punk.
And then Roman just looked in between.
Defeated, yeah. Disheveled.
That's really like, that's Rumble 90. Hogan sit and
move closer to your microphone.
And Flair getting involved, right?
Yeah.
I move around a lot. Yeah, like that's what it would remind me of. Shenanigans like that.
Yeah. Well, they could throw it back to that.
Yeah.
That can be the next time they mention Hulk Hogan, since they don't want to mention him after that beer fiasco.
I'm more upset if because Hogan's in that new Saturday Night's Main Event promo. I'm more upset if Jesse because I actually enjoyed Jesse. Big time, I enjoyed Jesse.
Nobody in
more so than Hogan.
True. No, actually, Jesse did well. Jesse did good. He did good on commentary.
He did.
They had to reel him in early, but
well, and just going off on a tangent, bringing up Jake's snake, right, Damien? This is Damien on my vest. Yeah. I loved it, but it was hilarious. Like it was so far out there, and I bet you anything, Jake the Snake would have loved to be there, but he's obviously under contract. But like, I just don't want to see Hogan at Saturday Night's Main Event. I really don't.
I don't know if, well, they might have him show up now on network TV.
Yeah. NBC would be okay with that.
WNBC.
Where are they taping that?
San Antonio.
Oh, perfect. Nice, mostly red state for Hogan.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll be better received there.
You can wear his Mega Maniac shirt. He'll be all right. He won't
and all my Mega Maniacs.
Yeah.
Dude.
Jesus. It'll be pretty exciting. Okay, so Cena's promo, we get it. Now, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley. Got to touch on that.
Oh,
That was pretty good. Wait,
I don't know.
What don't you?
It was rushed. They must have had their time cut. It was like spot to spot to spot to spot. Dom and Raquel, like where was nobody was running interference.
Yeah.
Rhea hits her 2 riptides, like bang bang. Nobody comes in the ring, nobody's up on the apron, nobody's right. The chair and the belt spot, not like they just negated each other. Nothing happened. We knew that Liv wasn't going to win again with Oblivion on the chair, like she did at SummerSlam. So it was just quick and rushed.
Good physicality though. I thought they did. They did lay it in.
Yeah. Oh, they were laying their shit in. And Liv is so good at that little heel shit where she, right, them little kicks to the head. You know, she raked Rhea's back. Right, little slaps and yeah, her facials, right, and that laugh, it just drives me up the wall.
Oh, it's good. It's so good for her. Like she's become one of the best on there, and it's great to watch because I would have never expected that from her. Like even 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
No,
it's just crazy. But yeah, Dom just at the end there trying to get back with Rhea. Like,
I know,
just great. It is he plays such a greaseball. I love it.
If they wanted to swerve Rhea back into heel mode, they would have hugged it out and left the ring together right there.
Oh, that would have worked.
That would have been nuclear New Day level heat.
which like and how you said like it felt like they rushed, their time was cut. And then all I can think about is Taker coming out to his Kid Rock theme.
Yeah, because they had to. Yeah, that's quite the rub that Taker gives Rhea, though.
Very true.
But yeah, they had to have Taker ride his bike around. You know, it was like so you cut probably 4 minutes of the match.
Yeah.
So Taker could come out, hit his bike, shit. They could do their little pose off and. I get, right? Like you said before, legends. Let's have Taker show up. Big name. Yeah. But
could they have cut something else? Could they have easily cut out even I don't know, like I guess not Jay's entrance because that was Travis Scott such a big name.
Yeah, they had to smoke dope with Travis Scott. But
yeah. And
Triple
H all the kids' faces. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and I wonder though too, like, because we never had commercials, but apparently all the America viewers in the US, they had commercials. So where we're accustomed to getting like, you know, the first guy's entrance, then it was a commercial, and then the second person's entrance, and then like it's like a quick 90-second segment, or 2-minute segment, and then then it cuts to commercial again on a high spot. Whereas, so that was still happening on US Netflix apparently, but in Canada, we got everything. Then we got some weird little promo style stuff with NXT guys showing NXT people in like a skybox, and maybe I think maybe they were probably showing the match promo while US was in commercial mode, and then then they'd come back. So I don't know. I think maybe it's a time thing that they'll probably have to figure out, this timing thing at a production level.
Yeah.
Because if
you
that's
need
going to
that
be the
bit of-
case, and all these US people know, then they're just going to get VPNs and watch it on Canadian Netflix.
legit straight. Yeah, and even NXT tonight in Canada here. Right? They've done that little break where they've taken a break where you can tell it's a commercial break, but it's actually countdown. Or just cycles through like we'll be right back, or stuff like that. It's more obvious for a commercial now. So, and in Canada we get at least everything on Netflix, which is good. SmackDown, Raw, NXT. I'm okay with that. But yeah, US, that's what even someone tweeted out. With this ad blocker, this VPN, I don't have the commercials. So what a night
it
for
was
NXT.
fast. It was I hated the match. I thought it was shit.
Yeah, it was just the
I'm
physicality
glad Rhea
was cool.
won, and we've transitioned away from that. Like, she's chased that belt long enough.
So long.
I would fully expect Priest to probably beat Finn in this street fight next week, and probably the Judgment Day will dissolve at this point, right?
Yeah.
Like,
What do they do?
we're done. I'm done with it. Yeah, unless they push him into a program with the Wyatt Six, and then they get beat there, and that fully dissolves it. But how long? Much longer the Wyatt Six doing their thing with whatever they're called right now, carrying
Final
this babe
Testament,
of a wife. Yeah, them.
Yeah. Which I hope they do more with Wyatt Six, because they're so, to me they're all good wrestlers. They're all really really fun to watch. Even Eric Rowan, he's just so physical now, where before he would kind of just be a little bit boring to me with the Bludgeon Brothers, but with that gimmick, of course, he would be. Like, how do you put your effort into that?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah.
Joe Gacy is awesome. She's like,
They're
so
great
much
talent.
they can do in it.
Great hell of a hand.
Hell of a hand. I saw one little glitch last night, and that was during the Tribal Combat. Just in the bottom of the screen, the Tribal Combat logo was just a bit glitched out, like pixelated. So that's the only thing I really saw of them.
You said that, and I was watching the logos after that, and nothing was happening.
Yeah, so maybe was it?
I think you just had something in your eye.
Yeah, my eye. I had something in my eye.
Yeah.
So Taker, to me, unnecessary, cool rub, but the whole thing, I get it, but give him more time.
Yeah.
So then Uso versus Drew was even weirder. I don't get that if you're trying to showcase talent.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say about that match. I made no notes of that match because I thought it was just an absolute mess as well.
Travis Scott was probably the highlight.
Oh, 100% it was.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Jay blew himself up, fucking yeeting for 10 minutes, walking Travis down to the ring.
Yeah.
And then yeeting still while they went to commercial in the US.
Because all it was like, okay, you missed the Claymore, you missed the super kick, or here's a back.
No, he hit 9 super kicks. Then he missed one. Then he hit another 17 super kicks.
Yes, and then what happened there? Didn't he like land on it? He missed a splash or something like that.
Yeah, Jay Michaels.
Yeah. And that's all it was just awkward.
And then a roll up. Yeah.
What was that about?
That doesn't elevate Jay by any means. Nope. But now, I guess, does that lead Drew into full snapping? kicking the shit out of Sammy in the back and kicking the shit out of Jimmy in the back. And
See, to me, it didn't even need to happen yet. Like Drew should have won, in my opinion, for one.
he should
And
have.
just keep
Yep.
destroying these guys. He should be destroying them and just going absolutely crazy. These guys, like Jey, if he doesn't need another singles win right now.
No.
Him and Jimmy can worry about.
Well, they just showed he had like the fourth most singles wins or fourth most televised wins or something in the last year.
Okay.
But if Drew is pushing this, you know, this gimmick of, you know, is this real? Is this? He's blurring the lines of his character in a way that making him lose to a roll up doesn't benefit him. It does
Almost
not
insulting.
make him look. It is. Yeah. So, and maybe that's the play. I don't know. I don't know the long play of this whole gimmick with him right now. But
To me, he's
it's
gone
tough
through it enough.
Well, yeah, like he just did this. If that's the case, and he loses to a roll up, and then he's like freaking out, and this is what he just did with Punk. So is this just an extension of his previous 8 months or whatever it is, that program with Punk? You cost me everything. You cost me my family.
Yeah. Goes away, comes back refreshed, knows what he has to do. Well, you've already done that.
Yeah, if that's the case, then you just did this and then you lost to Punk.
Yeah, start destroying people. It shouldn't be hard.
He's in the prime. I guess maybe he's just got to find his spot as a top guy to remain relevant as a top guy, right? Like what were these guys doing in late 90s, 2000, 2006 as top guys? What were they doing to stay relevant? Right? Even like an RVD, he was a top guy from like 02 to what, 08, 7, 08?
Well, yeah, what kept RVD going is just thumbs.
True, yeah.
Woo! No, I'm kidding. He was great. But even, or are we looking too deep into it? Maybe, was it just like simply, hey, look at the crowd, look how crazy the crowd gets with our guys, woohoo, send them home happy. Could it have been as simple as that? And we're just looking into it as like actual fans who are like, where does this go?
That's maybe it, right? Maybe that's all this Netflix thing was a display of talent. These are our people. These are our men. These are our warriors.
Which is just, it's weird to have blow off and like finish feuds on a show that kind of doesn't matter, like a showcase.
I guess I just want him more as a pro wrestling fan in my wrestling show. Like, there just wasn't a lot in the whole show, and 3 hours it felt like bad long. I didn't like it personally. I think they should keep it at 2 hours now that they've had it at 2 hours.
SmackDown was weird at 3 hours. That took a little bit to get used to after watching it. I was like, holy.
Daddy Paul said that it's going back to 2 hours anyway.
Did he?
Yeah. He said it's not this week or next week, but he said it's happening sooner than later.
Okay, weird, because I swear they were doing SmackDown 3 hours permanently now. Everything's 3 hours.
I'm certain I read something today about.
That would be so weird. I was finally excited because for the draft, it would actually be fair, not 2-1 or whatever.
It would, yeah.
Yeah, that always annoyed me. It's like I get it, but so hey, Drew and Owens on one show would be pretty cool. If they're hunters, bloodline hunters, I could watch that.
Yeah, that would be cool. That's my news recap noise here. I just found this article.
Ooh, what do we got? What do we got?
It
Go with
says,
the news.
he confirmed the show would revert to a 2-hour format. Yes, for right now. And then it switches back to 2 hours. Thank you, Triple H, for that insightful news. Back to the recap. Yeah, that's all he says.
What is that on? That drives me insane.
Well, he said it on the Pat McAfee show. He was asked about SmackDown's length. He confirmed that the show would revert to a 2-hour format. Yes, for right now, it remains 3 hours, and then it switches back to 2.
And see here, I thought that the network wanted it to be. Okay, the real reason.
The real reason.
It's going back to 2 hours. Whether it's legit, let's see here before I give him credit.
Well, I can't wait for Logan Paul to return. I completely forgot that showed up yesterday.
Yeah. Hey, man, he's going to take it serious.
Yeah. Serious as a heart attack. Where do you see that? The real reason.
Okay, so we'll give him, I guess, credit here. itrwrestling.com. And it's just so odd. It's just so odd. It was not universally well received by the fans, as there's now.
True. Well, not on a Friday night.
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense. Most younger people are trying to be out having fun. I guess that's the thing to do. Go out, right?
Yeah. People that have lives, unlike us.
Yeah, I don't. Fridays, I'm doing chores probably. That just weirds me out. I was happy it was 3 hours for a bit, but it did feel weird. Their ratings stayed good for 3 hours. They were like a 1.5, which for USA is pretty good.
For a Friday night, yeah. That's quite good.
Oh, they were second behind a football game. You know, congrats.
Julia's updated as champion on the website.
Yeah, well, NXT had a big
Oba won? Shit.
He did. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, shit. I gotta go watch.
Yeah,
I gotta watch after this. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I just caught the end of it there. I didn't catch the whole
as
match.
he should have. Yeah, as he should have. Guy's an absolute. He's an absolute machine.
No bread, no water, just meat.
Thank you, Booker.
Praise. What happened after Jey versus Drew? Oh, Hogan. The Hogan promo.
Hogan got booed out of the building. Yeah.
Yeah, we touched on that. It was bad.
If he would have stood out there for any longer, they would have went in on a "fuck you, Hogan" chant.
Yeah, I almost thought they were, but they were booing hard too. Hulk Hogan, right?
Would have been a "fuck you, Hogan" chant.
Punk versus Rollins. What did you like?
Oh boy, I loved it. I thought it was an excellent TV match.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we didn't have commercials in Canada.
Yeah. Crowd was crazy.
It was aggressive. It was hot to start. Punk even acknowledged that the split was about 50-50 to Pat during an outside spot. I don't know if they saw that on the US broadcast.
Which it was. People love Seth when he comes out.
They do.
You know. Yeah. He deserves it.
There was a spot. There was a spot there where Punk was on the apron, and oh no, Seth was on the apron, and they hooked up, and then Punk went to turn him around like a neck breaker, like a rude awakening.
Yeah.
And gave him a neck breaker over the top of the rope. So Punk was in the ring still, and Seth fell to the outside. I thought that was a great spot. I've never seen that before.
Have to rewatch. That sounds good. It's nice to see actually do stuff. It was physical for sure.
Well, that was a great wrestling match. Good false finishes. Finisher trading. Yeah, haven't seen that in a while. The right guy did win though. Yeah.
Does it hurt Seth?
I don't really think any loss is going to hurt Seth at this point in his career, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree there too. He's on that other level where it's just you can push him into another feud, do whatever.
That's right.
He's good.
Right, like he would have lost to Bronson in Perth, right? If that match would have happened. Or no, Seth was champion at the time.
Yeah, but I could still see the time.
And now that I'm saying
sure, he was so
Seth
banged
did
up,
beat
right?
Seth did beat Bronson twice, didn't he?
Yeah, but I almost feel like because Seth was so banged up, would it have been okay? Or is Bronson
maybe. Yeah.
I like Bronson. Would it have been too new for him because he hasn't really even done that mid card thing yet?
No, he wasn't NXT champion even, was he?
No.
What, during his first run? Before he went to Japan?
No, he was, I think, North American.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And but he always had great gear. Like shout out to Bam Bam Bigelow. He would do stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, you go to Japan, he beat Okada. So
that's true. Yeah.
I mean, look at that. They had belief in him over there. Yeah. Yeah, they had belief in him over there. So, and Okada was okay. Which is interesting. I usually, for Vince, it wasn't his guy, but Triple H is like, okay, this guy can go. Yeah, he's big. He's not huge, but he's great. He might not be 6'7", but damn, he can move.
I wonder if Seth kind of rolls into this because he was like showboating, crowd talking, that I built all this, this wouldn't be here without me, right?
Yeah.
Which, he's not wrong. Like 2014 was like arguably one of the worst creative years in the company.
Yeah, he had to put up with a lot,
A lot of shit, right? So does he maybe roll into this like narcissistic, egocentric kind of revolutionary now?
Like almost like a play on his God one or his whatever holier gimmick.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be kind of neat. Just elevate that, less corny.
Right. Kind of like how Becky did when she first came to be the man, right? Or no, not the man. What did she call herself? Was that Big Time Bex? Yeah.
I think so. But yeah, she was very ego driven.
Yeah. Like that, and very like even more flamboyant and
yes. Which can Seth get more flamboyant? Like, what else could he do? What else could he wear at this point?
He'd have to go to the estate of Adrian Adonis and get some of his
Yeah.
old ring gear.
Yeah, the archive. Go to WWE archive and get that stuff out of there,
Yeah.
which would be hilarious. So, and then that's it. That was a show. They ended it on those two guys, which was good. I'm glad they were the main event.
They needed to be the main event. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was
And they did a
something
poll.
that what's that?
They did a poll on I don't know if it was WWE.com or somebody's X account. And it was like, what match are you most excited for? And that was it by like 80%.
Oh, yeah. Tribal Combat to me was good. It was just very formulaic. Everything was expected to me in that match.
Like for such high stakes.
Yeah, right. Somebody was getting power bombed through a table. That's the Bloodline's MO. We knew there was going to be outside interference from both sides. Right.
Pat called it a last ride.
He did, yeah.
Yeah. So Taker was in there. His fingerprints everywhere.
He was the booker. He was the main booker. Yeah, Michelle McCool was there even.
Yeah, one of the greatest women's stars of all time. Is I think what Pat said or something like that. I was like, oh boy. But Stephanie looked good in the crowd. I'm glad she was there.
Stephanie doesn't age.
No, she looked happy. And you can tell people are actually like the performers are happy to see her. So that was kind of nice.
Well, they are. It's just in the whole mood. You read it online. Every talent now, even guys that were away and come back to the company, say like it's night and day difference.
Yeah.
Like Triple H listens to what everyone has to say. And for the most part, I can't remember whose interview I was watching where they had said, I can go to him with an idea and he'll say, yeah, let's try it. And we'll try it for a couple of weeks. And if he'll come to me, and go, yeah, you know what? That ain't working. So let's change it up a bit. Right?
Which is fair.
Absolutely. It should be fair. That's how it should be, especially in that business.
Yeah. Gave it a shot.
Yeah.
Okay, let's tweak it.
Something will click eventually.
So
right? Al Snow could get a styrofoam head over. Anything is possible.
Anything could, actually.
Yeah.
Next week for Netflix, they got set up. Yeah, Finn versus Priest, like you said, street fight.
Yeah.
That'll
just end it. Yeah. Get these two people. I'd expect Priest to probably move to SmackDown, to be honest.
Yes. Yeah, he looked good beside Rhea. Like when they did their little I guess interview after she had won. He was in his suit. He looked like top talent. So that was
he's got a good look, unique look, right? Stands out.
Yeah.
He's taking it super serious. Even more serious, I think, than a year ago. It seems like he's in great shape. So moving him over there, he gets him away, gives him a reset.
And his age, okay, he's up there, but he's healthy. You can tell he's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
What else did they set up? Penta. That's right. Gable.
Penta and Gable. Yeah.
Yes. Gable said, give me a luchador. Okay.
Well, then Triple H in the press conference, did you see that?
No.
Triple H is running through the next week's show. Yeah. And he goes, and Gable and an unnamed luchador, and he says something along the lines of, yeah, and I probably don't really have to spell it out to you at this point.
Wow. Which is great.
It even said Penta's name in the last vignette there, right? in his mask, Penta was written into it. So
Yeah, and that's his obviously his little curly pentagram, like great. He was awesome in AEW, especially when AEW first started.
well, he was. They were giving him tons of TV time, tons of TV time.
Oh, they both just hammered that tag team division, even single. So a loss on AEW's part for sure. We'll see how WWE handles them though.
Well, I don't. I wonder if I don't know if would have they made Ray Phoenix sign an NDA, or would they have only up right? Like you can't keep him quiet forever. Eventually, something's gonna come out where he actually says what went on, in his words, anyways, right? Like what he says really happened.
He already deleted the tweets, right?
Yeah.
So it's interesting that happened. But is he doing that so he doesn't look like a snitch to WWE, right? To the
Possibly. Yeah. It's inevitable that he'll join his brother. It's inevitable.
Yeah. And just the tag team matches they can have, it'll be great.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. They're great. Like that was one of my favorite things about AEW. Those two were just absolutely awesome to watch. So next week will be good. Maybe more of a back to what we're used to kind of vibe. Hopefully.
Yeah, I would think so. Whoops.
You killed me.
There you go.
I'm a ghost.
I don't see it. That formula that they used here for this last show to really need to happen anymore.
You get the point.
Yeah.
Plus, with Netflix, it's sort of you can go rewatch it. Go watch the first one.
Exactly. Somebody in the presser too says to Triple H, like, is this what to be expected in the Netflix era? Da 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 da. And he says, well, no, this is an episode. If you watch an episode of your favorite television show, like not every episode is the big battle, right? After you have a big battle, then you got to go back and you got to rebuild up till the next big battle. So is every episode going to be good to everyone's standard? Well, no, it's not. So
yeah, there'll be more something for everyone, probably.
I would think so. Yeah,
throwing a little more things in there.
I would think so.
Yeah, which I'm fine with. I mean, otherwise it was a good show, good, huge night for WWE, for wrestling, really.
For wrestling, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll go down and help every single, even the bingo hall leagues, because more eyes on wrestling is going to help all of them.
That's right. Yep. People will say, well, this WWE thing's on my Netflix now.
Yeah.
Oh, and now there's George's Wrestling Championship down at the bingo hall. Let's go watch this for fun.
Yeah. Yeah. My old favorite wrestler is down there signing autographs. Not wrestling.
Abdullah the Butcher is down at the bingo hall.
Yeah. Free blades with every autograph.
Free blades with every bingo dauber, yeah.
Cut your forehead open, sign. That'd be horrible.
Cool. Yeah.
Show. Thanks for all your work. It looks awesome. It really does.
It'll come. It's coming along. It'll come along.
Well, and we'll get this posted, get it out there.
There's awesome kinks to work out, but
we're always open.
We're always open.
Yeah. With some advice, give us opinions, whatever.
Okay. That's a wrap.
Signing off.